Hi, welcome back to Making It with Minglet. Today I am kind of doing a cleanup. I have I was going to stream with one of my friends and we had decided to do envelopes, and needless to say we had technical difficulties, but that's okay. I did go ahead and make some envelopes, so I want to do a quick flip through for you so you can see what I made. Let me move my plate over just a minute. I did have leaves, and I tried to use some of those to get some impressions using fall colors. And these are all junk envelopes, or has been. In other words, they were destined for the recycle bin. This, I used something different for printmaking. This is the top off of my all uh, washing machine pods, so for laundry. And it turned out kind of cute. If you see that there. And there's just a lot of grunge going on. This I achieved with using the bottom of an egg carton. The dot lines are actually from a top portion, this part. So that's two different things I can do with it so far. And I've got a third piece that I've got cut. And I cut it into just a two-part. You got leaves and just some simple, texture backgrounds. These can become anything. They don't have to stay envelopes, or they could be envelopes. It just doesn't matter. This is a piece that, it's a texture plate that I made using the bits and pieces that you get if you ask for the inside parts from PM Artist Studio. So those make really great printmakers. And then I had an oak leaf that I picked up from outside. This is just circles that I made with bottle caps, like medicine bottle caps. And this part is a envelope that acts like a pocket. You can see inside it, but it had some kind of electronic something in it, and I've not washed it. I need to switch sides, but it gives a nice little texture. Very, very woven and interesting. There's the green leaf, the oak leaf that was on, I think it's this one. So you can see the pickup piece and the actual print itself. And that came out really good. I picked that up. We were somewhere, and I picked it up in a parking lot because it didn't look like the leaves that I have in my yard. And God knows I have plenty of leaves of lots of different kinds. This purple was achieved with some of the paint. When I get towards the end, I picked this up. This is a tip I learned from PM Artist. And Patricia would take her paints and she would add water to them and use them kind of as a wash. When I do that, I put an X on the bottom, and I store my paints like this so I can see what color is available. I put X's on them if I've added water, and that's how I keep them apart. I put the X on the bottom and generally the top. That one I didn't mark the top, but I've got it. There's another one of the little oak leaves. And I love orange, so you see that pop up on my plate often. And that leaf just was really wanting to shine that day. It was a huge leaf, and I kept just playing with it. And I played with them for, a pretty good amount of time. I don't have a count on how many I actually did, but I just had a good time. And these are going to be fun to make pockets with or whatever. And for some reason, I had opened this one up. So I went ahead and put some paint on the inside and then printed the outside. And you'll notice that I do not cover up my plastic windows. I will deal with that when I decide how I'm going to use the envelope itself. This envelope started out as green, so I tried to, just add things to it that would, incorporate that color. But this was just playing. I mean, playing, not really think it. I didn't overthink it. I didn't really make an effort to achieve a whole lot. So I think they turned out pretty neat. There again, that's that purple that's a color shift that I had added water to, and I just rolled it on. I dripped it on the envelope itself and just rolled it out, and then it absorbed very quickly and nicely. So it filled in, some of the white, but you can see that it really helped with my grunge. And this one's kind of ugly, so it may get something else, but look at the other side of it. Is that not pretty? Got a good leaf impression. You can tell I haven't started blowing leaves yet because I'm still liking the leaves. When the time comes to start getting leaves up, I'm hoping that they fall early this year, but I don't know if that'll happen or not. So that is all the envelopes that are complete, and I'm gonna get those out of the way. And what I was working on today is I started just playing again. I already had my gel plate out, and I still had, some little things that needed a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is we're going to just put some paint down and play. We're not going to be focusing tremendously on what our overall outcome is. I just want to get some paint on the paper. So we're going to start with fall colors. I have some orange and some yellow on here already, so I'm going to maybe add some green, just a little bit of green. And what I have is I've got this little lunch box that I picked up at a thrift store for $1, and it even had a thermos in it. Apparently somebody gave them away for Happy Meal boxes or kid meal boxes at some place, and I thought, well, that's kind of cute, and that would make a storage area for some of my texture making things. So first off, we're going to start with this so you can see how this works for me. And I'm using just the 5x7 plate because these are little projects. And that did not print I didn't keep it down long enough. I'm thinking I might cut one out with just what makes it look like a cog. Now, these are pieces that came from a box of cookies, actually, that my daughter brought back from Florida. It's her favorite little cookie shop, and when they go down to Universal Studios, she has to go in and she has to have these cookies. So she brought some back last year, and this side I'm not going to do anything to because it's got these cute stars, and it's got like a leafy looking thing, but I'm not exactly satisfied with this right here. I think it needs a little something else. So I thought I might get a little bit of pattern on it. There we go. Okay, that might have been too much. Wonder if I can smooch it off on the other one. No, of course not. Of course not. What were you thinking? And I'm just picking that up. I'm not really trying to get a lot on it. I just want to break it up a little bit to where it's not all just one color. And this is so-so, but it's not there yet. It makes me think about when my oldest daughter was little. The first time we took her down to the beach, that was probably the longest trip that I remember taking, and she wasn't asleep. And she was cranked up that day. I mean, wide awake, chatty Cathy, just really talking our ears off. And it's like every 15 or 20 minutes, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Well, that's the way I feel about when I'm working on art sometimes. That's the way I feel. I want to get there, but sometimes it takes a little longer. And trying to get texture and layers built up is not a one-step process. Not for me. You can try to make it a one-step process, but you're really forcing the issue. So I've found that if I take my time and just do a little bit, I tend to get a better outcome. Now that's pulling out more colors, and that I just used, I think it was, yeah, burnt umber. And that's giving it that grungy feeling that I'm seeking. And the technique I'm using, if you watch Carrie the Crafter, he would call it just kissing the plate. And you could get some pretty good results with just kissing the plate. The only reason I want to use these are the fact that my daughter thought enough to think, oh, Mom would like these. And she's my artist. She's the one that did really well in art in high school. So when she sees something that catches her eye, she thinks, oh, my mom would like that. And she'll bring me things from time to time that are cute. There was also a card with this that I put in my fall book, that was really cute. And that's downstairs with our display for the fall. So I don't have it up here with me. Alright, now look at the difference that made. Can you see all that little grungy goodness? And this will probably end up maybe on the end of a page, or it might be to pull something up out of a pocket. I'm not sure how it'll be used just yet, but that's not what I need to worry about today. Today I'm worrying about just getting those backgrounds the way I want them. And then we'll come back and we'll, do something, add other textures to it, either by stamping or we might use stencils. There's a lot of different options available. Now this is getting down to just not much left on it, so I'm going to take this used envelope and I'm going to try to pick everything up. And I think I'm going to have to put pads between my desk and the wall, because I've got a shelf that wants to bump and it's annoying. And I know if it annoys me, it probably annoys you too. And I don't want to annoy you. I want you to come back and visit with me and spend time with me. All right, that didn't pick it all up, but I am going to use, let's see, let's go with this light mocha. That'll pick it up. Try not to load it up too much. And I have Squeaky. My baby brayer is a little bit on the squeaky side. I've got some yellow pages up here that I've been playing with. I'm going to pull one of those out. And I'm just going to slap it down. Well, that got part of it. Let's see if we can get the other part. And that actually, can you see what happened? That transferred some of the writing over. Which is not the end of the world, mind you. Alright, what color do we want to go with next? I think with that grungy green and the brown, I think some of this gold might be nice. Alright, this is my homemade plate using the inners from my PM Artist Studio stencils. And I will try to remember to provide the link to their channel and their store for you. Alright, we're going to start with this small piece here. We'll let that sit just a little while. I know, you're thinking, why is she using those little pieces? Because this is just how I work. It may be silly, but it is what it is, and I try to make things, I try to use the things I get. You know, if it's not free, you pay too much. It's my favorite quote. But most of you probably know that already. Not bad. That definitely has a fall look to it. You see that little design in there? Let's see if we can get some on that little corner right there. And there's another one of those where the back has a cute design on it, so I'm not going to mess with that. And I think I'm going to leave that until I get white out. So let me see what I can pick up with this, the last of this. Let's see what I can get off of this. I think it's getting dry and probably almost done. Oh yeah. Not much, as expected. Okay, so let's see. I don't want gold. How about, let's put just a little bit of red. Okay. See, my envelope started out as teal, and I'm just using it for my brayer off, and I'm getting, you know, some interesting patterns going. I do like red, gold, and teal together. They actually are kind of nice. Okay, we're going to try going with our envelope. We're going to make some prints with that. And these are all found items. These are not anything that I've purchased, with the exception of the bits that came with my stencils. I've got a whole jar full of them, and I need to just sit and play with them again because it's been a while. Okay, let's see what happens with this one. I like that. That's probably good to go. There we go. Getting those fall colors. We are at, I don't want to say the beginning, but our acorns have been coming down now for going on about 3 weeks. So now we're starting to get the leaves falling, but it hasn't gotten to the point where we're out blowing yet. And it's going to be fun. Last year my husband bought me my very own blower, and it's battery operated, so it lasts generally about 45 minutes, and then I start raking. But he's got one, his leaf blower is powered by fuel, and it lasts quite a bit longer, but at the peak of the season it can take us 3 to 4 hours to get the entire yard done because we have lots of trees, and it's a job that we try to do together. So I grew up raking leaves because my dad traveled for his work. He traveled, so it taught us to, we did learn very quickly how to manage things around the house when Dad wasn't there. This is bronze, so we're going to introduce a little bit of glittery goodness on here, metallic. light's washing it out. I'm sorry. And I just saw this. I don't know if you see it. It looks like a pig's nose right there. Do you see that? I'm not gonna cover that up. That's kind of funny. So we'll go here at the bottom. Just add a little bit of shiny. Bling bling. This one definitely needs to go down in here. Ooh, nice. I'll take that all day long. I like that. You can still see my circle underneath it. Nice. Now it probably has picked up about all I'm going to be able to pick up on this one. So let's see. Let's put some, let's go with this, I think it's Laguna. And I'm still seeing the impression of the phone book pages. So at some point that's going to pick up off of something. It's going to pick up and show up on something. Alright, this time we're going to take our plastic bag. I've cut it up into sections just so that it's not as much to deal with on the small plate. And we're just going to give some texture here. And then the excess paint, I'm just going to blot it off on my envelope. All right. See how grungy good that is? Wow. I'm liking it. These are cardboard pieces that I had cut out to make tags with out of a wallpaper book. Alright, this is part of that cookie box, and I thought that I would try to get a little more texture on that. And this will probably be a belly band at some point. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Don't quote me on that though, okay? here's some more of those wallpaper book pieces. You see it's already got like a wood texture on it. We're going to just get some more texture on those. And some of these, when I did them, I actually put gesso on them first, but I'm finding that it doesn't, it's not required. Even though it's kind of a slick paper, the paint's taken to it pretty good without adding that extra step in. Especially if you do it in small amounts like this. Here's the back side. It's kind of funky. All right, just a few more. Now this back piece it's really vinyl-y. It's almost like it's got a plastic coating over it, so I don't know that I can do anything with that. I'm not expecting to be able to. Not bad. Not bad at all. Put that there. I'm going to take this envelope and I'm going to see if I can pick this up. It did not pick up it still hasn't picked up those, the print that came off of the yellow page. It is still on there. That might be a tape issue. Alright, so what we have today is we've got, did some finish up work, and we've got some, stuff to make ephemera with. I'm not going to go any further on this today. I will probably finish out the pieces that I just dropped down. But I think I come out with some pretty good pieces today. And this was, part of a cleanup. I'm trying to get my room cleaned and organized, and I'm trying to get my things together that I'm going to need to take downstairs. I will be taking down probably a regular carry-on size suitcase with what I'm going to use to art and craft with while I am recovering. I do have to have a total knee replacement. Joy, oh joy. Right now, they want to schedule it for the 27th of November, which is the day before Thanksgiving. And we are, mulling the pros and cons. It's either, right now it looks like it's either going to be, I get it done then, or I get it done between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I'm not particularly fond of either one of those, so we're leaning towards asking for a date between Christmas and the first of the year, so we can do the things that we would do that are traditional for our family. So I'll let you know, but until then, I hope that you all will be well. I'm glad you stopped by today. If you didn't hit that thumbs up when you come in, if you will take a few minutes and hit that thumbs up, I would appreciate it. And if you like my channel, share it with your friends. They may like it too, and I would appreciate that. So until next time, be well, my friends. Bye-bye.